The day has finally come. My spear gun is ready for pickup. I'm driving down to Islamorada right now to Killshot Spear Guns, which is a spearfishing shop in Islamorada, and Ed, the owner, made a custom gun for me, and I can't wait to see it. We have arrived at Killshot Spear Guns, the place to be if you want to shoot fish. We got a subscriber too.
Oh yeah. Start it up.
We got Ed here. You want to show us the masterpiece you created?
So right over here, we have Heiko's new gun, South Florida Fishing Channel. Woo! We did a black express. It's 55 inches in length, 110 centimeter gun. You can see it's got 3 bands on it, and we've got an 8mm shaft. We're doing 3 bands because we've got an 8mm shaft on here. We want plenty of power to be punching through those grouper or shooting African pompano, things like that. I also put a Koa reel on it. This Koa reel's got a real big or a heavy-duty axle, so it's not going to get bent or anything like that, even if you're tussling with really big fish. And we've even seen them get spooled a couple of times, and you're literally holding on to 350-pound Dyneema here, and nothing's bending. Anyway, this guy's set up. I think Heiko is going to go out and go take care of some grouper.
You're about to see it get put to use down here.
Yeah, and then something else that we put on it, I put a loading tab on the side of the gun. Uh-oh, there's always a phone that rings. So it's not me. No, it's me. Quick.
Uncut, uncensored.
There we go. We put a loading tab on the side of the gun, and we do that to make loading just a little bit easier. On these long guns, short little guys like me, I can't reach the bands. So I've got to do the old, well, if I can grab a band, you grab the band and you push up, right? Well, with this, we're going to put it on our hip, and we are going to pull the band back like that. And now that we've got it here, we can bring it up to the chest and finish loading. Nice and easy. I'm not smoked. I'm able to make a dive in like 15 seconds from now. So loading 3 bands, it's a great way to get a cardio workout. So we're going to try to avoid that.
Big shout out to Ed from Killshot Spear Guns for making me that gun. It is the sexiest thing I've ever seen. If you want to get a custom gun like mine, you can just hit up Ed. Tell him you want the same gun Heiko from the South Florida Fishing Channel has, and he'll get you one made. I'll put his information in the video description below, and I'll be showing off the gun a little more at the end of the video if you want to stick around. But it's time to kill some fish. But before we do that, my spear gun's not the only new thing I got. I got a brand new GoPro, and I need to get a water housing for it, so I stopped at Divers Direct to get it. Luckily they had it. I'm gonna be shooting everything in 4K now underwater. I can't wait to see how the footage turns out. I'm heading over to my buddy Carson's house. We're gonna be taking his skiff out to the patch reefs. We'll be spearfishing between 50 to 65 feet of water today. Let's get shooting. We're on Carson's vessel out here. We got our Killshot guns. I've never shot my gun before, but you've got some experience, right?
Oh, you're gonna love it. You got a double wrap on there, right?
Yep, double wrapped.
That's the way to go.
We got some real good looking bait. Lobster heads, chum. I guess we're just gonna chum till they come. All right, we're anchored, doing a little bit of chumming. Just threw on our wetsuits.
Chum till they come.
Chum till they come.
Yeah,
it's about 55 feet here, right? Something like that?
57.
57. Let's just round it up to 60.
60 feet.
We'll chum for like another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we'll hop on in and see what's down there. This is my first time loading this spear gun, and I will say I was a little worried at first it was going to be hard to load because Ed installed the side assistance loader. But as soon as I pulled back on that first band, I was able to pull that band down straight to the shaft. Super easy to load, easier than my old gun, and I can already tell it's going to be way more powerful. And damn, she looks good. As I was busy admiring my beautiful gun, I hear a shot, and I notice Carson was already deep down, and he just shot a fish. But I notice his line is still at the bottom, so his fish must have got caught on something, so I'm gonna swim down there, try to get it for him, while he gets his breathe up back.
Would you shoot mangrove? Woo!
After releasing Carson's fish, I swim around, look around a little bit. Grunt for some grouper. And I always like to double check the depth. And here you can see on my watch it's showing that I'm currently at 62 feet. A little deeper than I thought.
Good. 62 feet down there on the sand. Woo, we're looking juicy.
That was perfect, man. Thanks for recovering.
Oh yeah.
This mangrove snapper in front of me must be a seasoned vet. The way he's swimming, he will not give me a broadside shot at all. This is a very interesting tactic. I haven't seen fish do this much. He's a smart one. Luckily, his friend, not so smart. There we have it. My first ever shot and kill with the Killshot spear gun. I don't know if you heard that too, but there's like a boat running right over my head.
Woo!
I had shot this snapper straight through the stomach. You can see his stomach pulling out. So when I rip the line out, it opens his stomach up and all the chum that he's been eating while we were chumming comes out. Look how much chum he ate, which is kind of cool because I just basically got a new chum slick for free. So I shake all the chum out of him and he's ready for the cooler.
Woo! Yeah. Woo! I got him. Two fish in the box. Juicy fish too. Oh shit.
There's this loop at the end of my gun, and I was just thinking this would be perfect to have like a clip on my weight belt, so I could just clip my gun to my weight belt when I want to have my hands free. I would be able to just clip it in just like that. Or if I want to clip the gun into a float line or something, yes. I saw a big grouper swim right into this rock here on my left. And he's about to thump at me, and you're going to hear it. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. Did you hear that? feels like a gun going off underwater. Luckily for this grouper, he's a Goliath grouper, also known as Jewfish, and they're protected.
I'm good. Hear him thumping at me?
Jewfish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I poked his tail and he swam out and he got pissed. He came right up to me and he's like, boom, boom.
We decided to move spots and try spearing somewhere else. And unloading a spear gun is very easy. You just pull back on the band, disengage it off the spear, and let it back up.
New spot, big dreams.
As I'm swimming down, I spot a grouper. Let me know when you can spot them. But I stop kicking and I just start floating down to the bottom because I don't want to move and scare them. I'm wearing a 6-pound weight belt. Naturally, I start to sink and I pretty much just sink right on top of them like an angel of death.
I just shot a grouper in the fucking face. He's under a rock, yeah.
Hey, stay right there. I'm gonna grab the boat.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna reach in there. I'm gonna try to find his gills and just.
Want my glove?
I got one glove. That should be good.
Dude, you're gonna want it. That's the lucky glove.
That's the lucky glove.
Oh yeah. That glove has been used on a few groupers.
All right, perfect.
Hopefully one more.
All right, I like these hammerheads.
I can see the grouper sitting all the way back there, but I'm not able to reach him, so I decided to try to reach in from the other side of the rock where I can grab him. And I grab him with my right hand, but I can't pull him out that way or else my shaft will get stuck under the rock. So I grab him and I push him back to the original side that he swam in while I have my left hand in that side, and then I'm able to reach his tail and pull him out. It's a little crazy having both your hands so deep under a rock 60 feet down. You never want to get stuck, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Breathe.
Oh,
Nice fish.
holy.
Nice fish, man. Yeah, buddy.
Woo! Damn.
You were down there forever.
Dude, ripping. I shot him right through the cheek meat.
Beautiful. Nice fish, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
All right, let's get him on the boat, take a quick break, and get another one.
Dude, that's 2 out of 2, baby. I'm liking this gun.
2 for 2 on the kill shot.
Heck yeah. Whoa.
Come on, Ice.
All right. You think?
It's 27, man.
Heck yeah. Woo.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Good job.
Epic. Dude, epic. Dude, any day with a grouper in the box, that's a good looking box. Woo. Wow.
It might be a little hard to see, but there is a triggerfish way in front of me, just swimming away from me. Sometimes they can get a little wary of you if you're swimming at them. So my strategy is to just start sinking. I don't kick, I don't move, I just let the weight belt on my body sink, and I flick my fingers around, and it usually sparks their interest, and they don't see you as a threat, and they come back to check you out. And that's usually the last thing they do.
Yeah. Nice. When I heard this shot, I heard that like thud, and I was like, oh, he hit something.
This is a Cero mackerel, and they are excellent to eat raw as sashimi. And the best way to preserve them is, as soon as you catch them, just rip out all the organs and just clean the fish. Another bonus to doing this is you get free chum in the water to attract more fish.
Another fish in the box. Woo!
Dude, this gun's just sweet looking. Dude.
Yummy. Oh yeah, we caught some lobster on the way in too, but my GoPro battery died at this point. I only had the one it came with, but don't worry, I already ordered 3 more batteries, all for the love of YouTube videos. Let's clean these fish. Yeah, Fatty Buglatti's catch of the day. GoPros and dark do not go together very well.
Yeah.
Damn, that is a fat mangrove.
Oh yeah, that's how we do it.
4 shots, 4 kills. Yesterday was a good day of spearfishing. I finally got that black grouper that I've been hunting for forever. I love the way that Killshot gun shoots. Straight and accurate. And there is very little recoil. It is the next morning. It's 8:30 in the morning right now. Pretty bright out. I left my sunglasses on Carson's boat, so I'm sunglassless. It got a little dark last night, so I couldn't film us filleting the fish, but all the fillets are back in my house, and I'm driving to Publix. I'm gonna make some baked fish cheese dip with the triggerfish and the lobster, and I'm going to make just a very simple seared grouper. So now I'm just gonna pick up some ingredients, and then it's cooking time. Finally, we have made it to the kitchen, and this is the bucket that is full of saltwater brine and ice, and that's what the fish have been sitting in overnight. All the fillets and the lobster tails are in there. For the baked fish cheese dip, what we're gonna do is boil some lobster tails and bake the triggerfish, and that'll be in the baked fish cheese dip. And the other thing we're gonna do is seared grouper. So what I wanna do, here's the grouper, yummy. Put that in here. Take out a couple lobster tails. Ooh, it's cold in there. Yikes, my hand. I don't understand how people take ice baths. I don't understand. Okay, 2 lobsters, grouper, and now we need the triggerfish. Okay. Yikes. Like, I feel that go all the way down my spine. What the f? Triggerfish, very white, delicious meat. That is triggerfish. Don't ever pass them by. They are delicious, good eating fish. That is, this right here is actually, that's mangrove snapper. We'll put that back. Dang it, that means I have to go in there again. That's the triggerfish right there. Whoa-wee! You can see, it's a very white meat, very firm, compared to the mangrove snapper, which is a little more pinkish and not as firm. It's a little more flimsy. Both great eating. Lobster tail, that'll go in the boiling water, both of them. And the triggerfish, I'm gonna lay them on top of these little pieces of butter, just like that. Woo-wee. This is my pepper and salt shaker, and we'll just give it a very light pepper on one side, salt on one side. A little bit of pepper. And that is all we're gonna do. Our oven is 375. We'll pop it in. We'll just leave those in there until they are fully cooked. Same with the lobster. While that cooks, we're gonna cut the grouper into sear piece sizes. I would say that's a good size. That's a really, yeah, there we go. That's the black grouper that we're gonna be searing. Okay, it's a good piece, and then this. Cut that in half. Bam. These pieces are looking real good. Oh. Well, look who showed up to the party. There's a little bit of grouper right there. Come here. Where are you at, buddy? The triggerfish is almost done. The lobsters are boiled, and the grouper I dried off, wrapped in paper towels. We're gonna put this in the fridge. We will be making these in the end. Triggerfish is cooked. Lobster, I'm gonna slice and dice them, and then we're gonna put them all in this bowl. These lobster tails are hot. Take a fork, pull that lobster meat right out of there. Woohoo! It's my lucky day right now. And then we're just gonna dice it up. Pretty small pieces. Add the, put the triggerfish in here. See if I can get this one in one scoop. Put all the lobster in there. We got our lobster and fish. And this is where the fun starts. We're gonna add 2 packets of cream cheese. 2. Then we're gonna add 8 ounces of sour cream. The whole thing. Just drop it on in there. We are going to add 1 bag of this 4 cheese creamy melt. Add whatever cheese you want, but put the whole bag in there. This is a 8-ounce bag. Mix it all up. You want it to be nicely blended, so this could take this might take a few minutes. Those fish fillets are gonna break up nicely in there, and it's all gonna mix in basically into like a creamy cream. At this point, I'll add a little more salt and pepper. Just a little bit. Just keep on mixing. Look at that. That's looking perfect texture. Now we're gonna add some chopped up cilantro. And once I put the cilantro in, I just give it a very light mix. I don't want to crush up all the leaves in there. This is a wrist workout. Alright, just like that. Now we got a good even spread of the cilantro. Time to bake it. We got ourselves a little square glass bowl, and we're going to put all of this cheesy fish dip inside of there. Now we just want to make it nice and even. Give it a nice flat top. Push it all down. Woo! It's looking good. I am a firm believer of mo cheese, mo better. So what we got here is some creamy melt, sharp cheddar cheese, and I just want to coat the top of this. I really just want to cover the surface. There she is, lo and behold, ready for the oven. I got it set to 350 degrees, and we'll pop it on in there until it's nicely cooked. We want it to kind of just get really hot. It'll bubble a little bit, and then maybe in the last minute we'll put it on broil and get like a little crisp on the top. That's about all there is to it. We'll drop her on in there, boys. Damn, girl, you're looking good in there. It's been about 30 minutes, and that baked fish cheese dip is just about ready. And I'm about to start heating up some butter and oil in the skillet for the seared grouper we're gonna make. Yep. All right, we're gonna take our fish. It's been patted down dry now, and all we're gonna do is salt and pepper it. Actually, what we're really gonna do is we got some oil and some butter in here, and we'll start heating that up because we're gonna sear these bad boys. Get that real hot. Gonna do a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Do it to both sides. We got ourselves a super hot flamin' skillet. We'll drop the fish in there. Woo. Probably put too much oil in there, but all good. Time to flip them. Uh-oh. We seared both sides a little bit. They're still raw in the middle. The oven's at 350 degrees, and we're going to stick this whole contraption right in the oven for about 8 minutes, and then it should be cooked perfectly. In like 6 minutes. Shall we? Let's give it a little poke test. See if it's good. You know what? I don't think it's... Small pieces are done. These two are not. What we have here is a seared and baked grouper on a bed of basmati rice, and we're gonna top it off with hot salsa. That's looking pretty good. Shall we find out how it tastes? First, I'm gonna start with just a piece of grouper. It looks hot. You know what I'm having flashbacks to right now? Shooting this thing in the face. Mm-hmm. Yep. That is delicious. I think we forgot to push record or something because I don't have any footage of us eating the triggerfish and lobster baked fish cheese dip, but I've made that recipe many times on this channel and it was just as good as any other time. It was my first time using lobster. You take a cracker, take a fork, and you put the cheese dip on the cracker, put a jalapeno on top, bam. And with the lobster, sometimes you get a nice chunk of lobster in your bite, delicious. Believe it or not, but I am not a very big grouper eater. If I catch a grouper and someone else catches a kingfish, I will usually ask them if they want to trade, and they almost always say yes, because everyone loves grouper. That grouper was good. Fresh grouper, never frozen, seared with just salt and pepper, perfect. But if I go to a restaurant or something and I order grouper, I always seem to not like it. I don't know why. Most of you guys right now are probably completely disagreeing with me, but to each their own. And as we wrap up this video, I want to give a big shout out to Ed from Killshot Spearguns. Let's take one last look at this piece of art. I'm about 6 foot, 6'1", so the gun comes up pretty big on me. I believe he said it was a 55-inch gun. Personally, I would never go smaller than a 55-inch gun. To me, this gun is perfect, whether I'm in 10 feet of water or in 80 feet of water or in 100+ feet of water looking for wahoo. This is the size gun I want. It's got Killshot engraved in it, and it's also got South Florida Fishing Channel engraved on it. The color scheme is just epic. We got blue line, we got yellow line, like a teal bumper, a black stained finish, which I believe is the first or second gun he's ever made with a black stained finish. That was my own personal request. We got blue bands with this lime green liner, and then the entire gun is lined with this white teal kind of tie-dye epoxy, which runs all the way down to the shaft. Guys, do me a big favor, and if you want a spear gun, hit up Ed from Killshot. Here's his email. Tell him you want a gun, tell him what kind of fish you're trying to target, and he can build you the perfect gun. He's got a lot of designs, he's got different sizes, and he's got a wahoo gun that I want, because this year, come November time, I want to shoot a big wahoo, and I'll probably use that gun to shoot my first wahoo. I posted the video of me shooting that black grouper on Instagram, and a lot of people asked me if I bent or if I flattened my shaft shooting that grouper into the rock like that. And nope, my shaft is perfectly sharp still, hurts to touch, still good to go. I try to post at least one video to YouTube every week, but sometimes things get a little busy. But I do post to Instagram almost daily. So if you guys wanna follow me on Instagram, just give me an ad at Heiko Winkler. It's just my personal Instagram account, but I post a lot of stories and spearfishing, fishing, and traveling kind of stuff. If you want a custom gun, you can get a logo or something engraved on it, which takes a little bit longer, but if you just want to pick up a Killshot gun, you can go just to the shop, see what they got. There's usually at least 2 or 3 guns for sale in there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the cook. I will see you guys on the next video. Cheers.